Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is when you watch this. Jake and I for another podcast, and we want to talk about podcasts in a way. When you get to be my age, there seems to be daily reminders of how fragile life really is. To begin with, the odds of even being here is somewhat of a miracle. I mean, you need to be one of the lucky guys in the billions of other swimmers to even get a start. To reach my age 10 years beyond the average lifespan is another accomplishment many never see. And the reason why I bring this up today is lately we seem to see how fragile life is. My dad had a Navy phrase where he would say, everyone gets a turn in the barrel. Originally, he was talking about when the hazing events that occurred when a ship crossed the international date line or the equator. Later, when he got older, it seemed about his passing of his friends. He would say, their turn in the barrel. And I guess we all get a turn in that event. That thought has been on my mind recently when I heard the deaths of the shooting in Tumble Ridge, the death of the hockey game in Rhode Island, the untimely deaths coupled with the passing of two internationally known figures, Robert Duvall and Jesse Jackson. And Robert Duvall was one of the actors I really liked. He was 95 years old when he passed, so he well past his due date. And he was quite a character. Most of his characters could be on the nasty side. But one of the characters I liked was in one of the Tom Cruise Reacher movies, where he played the role of an ex-Marine sharpshooter. He had a little bit of humor in that, and it was quite entertaining. And I continually like watching that movie over and over, mainly because of Duvall. And of course, the other gentleman was known for his civil rights work, Jesse Jackson. He was there with Martin Luther King. Hi, Jake. Am I boring you? I'm sorry. Anyway, memories are good and bad times. But when you think of Jesse Jackson, though he lived in sad times, much of what he did ended up with a lot of good things. When I was younger, I often heard about the younger generation being selfish and uncaring, how life was going to hell in a handbasket. I'm going to let Jake go. He's a little anxious about getting on with his day. Anyway, it's funny. Now I hear my generation saying the same things about how selfish and how rude and uncomplimentary the younger generation is. Yet I see the current generation as perhaps the best ever. So many have already made contributions to our society. They have learned how to take their skills directly to society. They do not need music labels to present their songs. They don't need a publisher to send their thoughts out into the universe. They are willing to run for elected positions to bring their beliefs into action. They are willing to debate anyone at any time to defend those beliefs. And they have an uncanny ability to use the latest technology to ensure their messages are delivered to all of us through podcasts. Their ability to help the most needed individuals is unparalleled and filled with kindness. Yeah, we go along with them, but they've been leading the way. Family suffers a tragic injury to a child in Tumble Ridge. Before you know it, the hospital bills are paid. They support Rennie Good's family in supporting by unknown strangers throughout the world. And then there's another family hurting from an incident in Rhode Island just yesterday. And already people are using the GoFundMe program to help them in their time of need and sorrow. They teach us about the struggles of stuttering. Guess I got that problem too. Those that have lost limbs are receiving or recovering from bouts of cancer, all with a touch of kindness and often humor. They show us how to care and understand for our fellow humans. We may not always agree with some of their messages, but we always have to admire their ability to deliver it. I'm not betting, man, but if I were to bet, I would bet on this youngest generation to lead us to a better, kinder world. Have a good day. Bye now.